Good day, everyone. I am Mark Saril Alcagatin, your infection control practitioner. So, for today's lecture, I will be discussing the one of the most important component of our standard precaution, which is your hand hygiene. As what I have mentioned during the last topic that what we had, that I will be discussing in details the components of your standard precaution and your transmission-based precaution. For today's topic, we will be answering common questions about hand hygiene, like what is hand hygiene, how do we perform hand hygiene, when are we going to perform hand hygiene, and why do we perform hand hygiene. Practicing hand hygiene is a simple yet effective way to prevent infections. Cleaning our hands can prevent the spread of germs, including those that are resistant to antibiotics, that may become difficult, if not possible, to treat. So why all the fuss about hand hygiene? Now, in healthcare settings, usually the hands of the healthcare workers are the one exposing risk to our patients to acquire infections. Most of the time, the healthcare workers' hands can transmit infection from one patient to the other. And as a healthcare worker, one of our main goal is to promote or to provide patient safety. And one way of promoting safety is to prevent patient acquiring healthcare associated infections. We may not be able to see all the microorganisms that is present into our hands by our naked eyes. So we must not feel comfortable or complacent that our hands, if it's not visibly soiled, are clean. So that is why hand hygiene is very important, especially for us delivering care to our patients. And now, what is hand hygiene? Hand hygiene, it is the single most basic infection prevention and control procedure that we can do in order to prevent the spread of infection. When we also talk about hand hygiene, it is the general term in cleaning our hands. Hand hygiene can either be performed through hand washing or hand rubbing. So when do we perform your hand washing? We do your hand washing when our hands are visibly dirty or visibly soiled with blood or other body fluids, or after using the toilet. We could either use a soap that has an antimicrobial property or just a plain soap and water. If we are handling or if we have exposure to potentially spore-forming pathogens, just like there is suspected or proven outbreaks, including your Clostridium difficile, hand washing with soap and water is the preferred means over your hand rubbing. While your hand rubbing, it is the preferred mean for routine hygienic hand antisepsis. If hands are not visibly soiled, it is faster, more effective, better tolerated by your hands than washing with soap and water. Our hand rubbing or the alcohol-based hand rub is the gold standard of care for hand hygiene practice in the healthcare settings. As what I have mentioned earlier, why we need to clean our hands, especially as who are working in a healthcare institution, that is to protect the patient against harmful pathogens carried on our hands or present on his or her skin. Other than that, to protect yourself and the healthcare environment from harmful pathogens. So we are protecting our patient as well as our colleagues in the healthcare environment or working in the healthcare institution. So when are we going to perform our hand hygiene? We have 5 moments of our hand hygiene. First one is before touching the patient. So before we touch our patient, we need to perform our hand hygiene in order to prevent the transmission of any microorganisms from yourself towards your patient. Because we don't know that our hands might be carrying potentially infectious microorganisms that we cannot see. The second one is before clean or aseptic procedure. Before we give injections, before we prepare medications, so we need to perform our hand hygiene. The third one is after body fluid risk exposure. The fourth one is after touching the patient. Then the last one is after touching the patient's environment. That is also to prevent infection if we're going to touch again another patient, or if we're going to go back to our nurse station, then to handle things that will also be touched by our colleagues. Okay, so that is also protecting other patients as well as the healthcare environment. Please do not forget, guys, that our hands, our bare hands can kill. Okay, there might be any deadly microorganisms that is present into our hands. If we are not going to maintain or observe hand hygiene from one patient to the other, we might be the one who will be causing some injuries or even death to our patient. So clean hands can save lives. The next video that I will be showing is the video on the correct technique and procedure on how to perform your hand washing and your hand rubbing. So I hope, guys, that you will observe and practice the correct sequence of how to perform your hand washing and your hand rubbing, and to observe the time also. Because during our last audit, there are some staff who still doesn't know how to perform correctly the steps of our hand hygiene. If we are going to observe it and do it every time we will hand rub and we will hand wash, performing the correct steps, then it will be easier for us to do it or to perform it if we have some auditors from MOH or Sibahi. So hopefully you have learned something from this lecture, and don't forget to watch the succeeding videos on the correct step on how to perform your hand washing and your hand rubbing. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you again on our next lecture. Shukran and God bless.